Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gears Pro League Day 4 Split 1 Phase 1. I love you. I love you so much, PR. I literally I love the fact that you just try to keep a straight face while I try to say Mammoth Graveyard name.
I wouldn't rather sit here and cast and listen to anybody else under the sun besides maybe Ruth, but she's out in the other room. She's dealing with the bird right now. The bird likes to make an appearance here. Maybe one day we'll have him on the show. Goalie knows exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe we'll bring him in here. I know you guys can't hear Goalie, but I'm talking to Goalie directly. We're bringing him in here. Boris is coming in next week. But get into this matchup though, Colin. Team Queso versus Team Rebel. I was almost put on a fork and roasted for some of this that went down. We're going to look at this pick and ban phase between both of these two teams and looking at the maps, both maps that were banned and picked. What does this cycle tell you?
It tells me that both of these teams like comfort zones. Training Grounds, District, Foundation. Two maps we've played since the start of Gears 5, and a map we've played for like 756 billion years, okay? So one of these two teams is going to find themselves in the upper hand, with the upper hand, and are going to probably feel a little bit good at themselves. I think Team Queso needs it a lot more because I believe they are still winless in our Pro League. Rebel, they have had struggles, my man. They have not found their footing yet. I need to see if Rebel wants me to start believing in that team again because they did get an E-Days victory a couple weeks back. I need them to come out, hit them with a hot, 10-2, 10-1, because if you're struggling against a team with no wins, I just don't see how that spells good news for you for the rest of the quarter.
I almost I got to agree with you. Right now, I always talk about a matchup and how it can test two teams. And this is almost no different. On one side, Team Queso, you're winless. You got to really start to begin to piece it together because before you know it, that season is over and you're almost having to fight for your spot back into the Pro League. On the other side of things, Rebel has shown so many inconsistencies. Honestly, has been the story since the organization has come into the mix. Is the story of inconsistencies. One day they look like they're one of the best teams we have to offer. The next day we're wondering, man, I can't believe this high caliber players cannot seem to get a victory or at least a convincing one. So, Colin, I got to go ahead and go to you. What do you think about these two rosters, the style of matchup we're going to see?
We're going to see a pretty intense matchup because I think there's going to be a lot of shotgun fights, a lot of Nasher battles, and I'm going to go ahead and start to put it out there. I'm going to go ahead and give you my prediction, PR. I'm not going to mince words any longer. I had to call my man, okay? I had to pick up my phone, my flip phone, because I'm an old man. I got a flip phone probably still. I had to pick it up. I had to dial my boy with some intel. I said, Ink, who do you think's going to win this match between Rebel and Queso? No idea that he had any affiliation with either team, but he gave me a pretty strict answer. He said, Rebel is going to win the match. And I said, I'll take your word for it. So I'm picking Rebel.
Yeah, I said it the first week, and I got a little bit of hate for it. They even tweeted at me for it. I don't like cheese, Colin. I'm a little bit weird with cheese. I'll take it on my pizza. I'll put it in my lasagna. I don't want cheese sandwich. I don't want macaroni and cheese. And I don't like Team Queso's chance in this one. I got to go Rebel 100%. It could be a close one, though. Like I said, there's too many inconsistencies on the side of Rebel, but I do believe they're going to be able to pull out a victory.
Well, look, so far we are 1-1 on the night. We could be 2-1 on the night. We're getting there, buddy. We're batting. We're batting all right. We're 500 right now. We're not near 1,000, but we're 1-for-1. We're 1-1 right now. It's fine. The chat though, I'm pretty sure it wasn't just overwhelming. I think last I checked, it was like 92%, 93%, 91% in favor of Rebel, PR.
Ouch.
91.
Ouch.
I don't know who the Queso fans are left in the chat, but you're going to need to give them your energy, your blood, your sweat, and your tears. That you might even have to find a way to break the game and load in as a fifth player on their team because you got 91% of the chat against you. Both of us have picked against you. You guys are winless. You got to get out there, and you got to find some fights that you can win. And I know the map is loading, so we're going to be getting into map 1 here very shortly. They've got to come away with a victory. They've got to figure it out. It's Training Grounds. I hope to God it's not as ugly as it might be. So let's see what can happen here. Oh God, PR, please help me.
I'm hoping Team Queso tries to keep this one-dimensional as possible. Obviously, the first round is going to be spread out, no weapons on the map. but I need to see that big weapon placed down early. Take it on the chin the first round, you're down a weapon, but you need to force these fights. We've seen this map play already. The team usually that has strategy, that has the depth, has the upper hand in this series, and it's going to show that we might be right here, as quick kill is already in favor of Rebel.
Yeah, Addvers is down. Crabyys last alive goes down. Here comes the respawn. Triple cap domination being threatened. Crack is in the hill. One hit Aquita there, and he's got 2 more in front of him. Absenz goes down as well to Demon. We got ourselves a quick 38-second round 1, and we can actually, I think, get back on schedule if this goes 38 seconds for the next 9 rounds.
Has Remedy played Team Queso yet? Please sign me up for that.
I'm pretty sure that they scrim like every day.
I'm talking about in the pro league. You need to ping me for that matchup. I feel like that one's gonna be a doozy. You saw Remedy really begin to put it together, but Team Queso, man, they're just getting beat up match after match. They're reminding me of that team with the core, the people's champs, the core, Perfections, Birdie, Saez, where they just went week after week, man, loss after loss. Nothing changed on the side of Team Queso, though. Hopefully their season's a little bit better than that.
We're hoping for a better rest of the season for this squad. And once again, round number 2, up top, Crack. He's going to challenge Absenz. Nobody down just yet. Absenz might have the back A there. Oh, never mind. There goes Absenz. Crack has won the Overlook yet again, but there is some signs of life because Danny did die off the initial 3 dead for Team Queso. 4th is getting Lancered out. Reflame trying to be as cautious as he can be here in this fight, trying to buy time for the respawns to come out. It is going to be Absenz first back to the fight. Here he comes, back A out on a Demon. Going to go down just outside the hill. 2 more seconds of the domination. 40 seconds?
Honestly, Colin, I'm trying to pick my words carefully here. I don't want to sound too biased in favor of Rebel, but right now it just looks like Team Queso is playing a ranked match. I don't know if Astro needs to send them some new mix amps or something. It doesn't look like they're talking to each other. It doesn't look like they hear anything that's going on. One after one after one, these players are just getting picked off. On the side of Rebel, though, you see it. Lancer fire, shotgun fire. They're not letting each other fight 1v1s unless they absolutely have to. And that's where I said in this weapon selection screen, on a team like TK, so you need to force that big fight down center line. I said you got to sacrifice that 1 round. You'll be down a weapon placement, but it needs to happen because you can't just let these mistakes just fly through, because a team like Rebel will take advantage.
They have taken advantage to this point in the matchup. It is 2-0 already. Retros are out. And VR, you said looks like they might not be communicating with each other. You shouted out maybe Astro needs to send them some new headsets, maybe some new mix amps to try to get that communication to get up. And for those of you not in the know, just FYI, Astro, definitively the greatest brand of headsets for gaming on the planet. If you ask this humble caster, doesn't even matter what form you buy them in, A10s, A40s, A50s, Dymos, I don't care what's on your ears, as long as it's got that beautiful Astro A. I'm buying it, I'm wearing it, I'm rocking it, and so is Gears Esports. Right now, Rebel is certainly rocking it. They're up 3-0, another 40-second round under the belt.
Just like, forget a mix amp, forget the Astros, just give them Shady. They need help at this point. Might as well call Kenny Kent. He might be streaming on the side. He's playing some Gears 5. Y'all need help on Team Queso. And honestly, you need to put, like I said, a big weapon down. I don't know if this is a broken record that I am or whatnot, because you keep doing that same fight. You're forcing it, whether it's Overlook or on top on the U. And Rebel is just taking advantage. Fight after fight, whether if it's 1 elimination starting off for Danny or complete and utter destruction for the entire roster. Team Queso is not standing a chance, but I love what they're hovering right now. Now is the time to put that drop shot, but this is where it's make or break. This is the swing round, as Reflections would call it, and you don't want to lose or go down 4-0.
All right, let's do this. Let's go.
A big weapon going down. 4 men over for both of these teams here. It does look like Team Queso is going to go for the top portion of the map. They do have a shot grenade to help them down low. Crack is going to continue to press forward. He doesn't get stunned out. He gets the Lancer fire first down coming through. A shot grenade as well, as Rebel looking to take control of this U. These players of Team Queso are being funneled around. They don't even really get to say of where they want to go up until now, as Absenz gets that kill on Demon. But Addvers is left all by his lonesome. The kills are coming through, even the trades, but no one team has the advantage just yet up until Identivez Identivez, the Latin American king, makes that play.
They are going to try their best to fight back again. Oh my God, Danny hits him with the back and a roll back. He's going to leave him there to think about his mistakes. He said, Crabby, I told you not to challenge me. You did it anyway. Now you can sit there and think about it on the ground. I'm going to go over to your home hill. I'm going to challenge these last two players and just zero fear out of Rebel right now. They are not slowing down. They're not stopping. Retro picked up. Danny with the retro charge. Let's go, baby. Oh, Danny. I love you, Identivez. DM me your PayPal. That's $5 in the bank right there. I'll give you that for the retro charge. That's beautiful, baby. Oh my God. I'm out my seat. I'm jumping out the window in the next 5 seconds. That is a beautiful sight to see. A retro charge, Gears Esports. That's what it's all about, baby.
I'm going to see that clip side by side, call it in real life, running down his fields with his retro Lancer, trying to mimic Danny. I said I wanted to see it before the show. Identivez heard me. He granted his wish. I know I lived with that man for a few years, but he is still giving me the gifts of entertainment up until this day. You see the drop shot high side still. Shot grenades for both teams. Bold Talk being placed down low. That's going to start something new for Rebel, a new weapon chain that they can use if this match goes on any longer. That's a big if.
I'm just like, my mouth is still agape. I am like speechless. I'm helpless right now because I almost crippled myself trying to jump out of this chair. I've almost hurt my old man self. Thanks for that. But I love you anyway. Now we're going to see them push back up to the top of the overlook. Crabyys is getting 3-1. 4 dead again. 2 people coming back off a respawn for the side of Team Queso. 4-0 in favor of Rebel already. They are moments away from a second defensive stand, and Queso looks like they're going to split 2-2. Rebel is ready for it. They are stacked up. They just, wherever the push is going to come from Queso, it's either going to be perfect or we're going to sit here until it's 2-5. Rebel didn't even wait for the push. No. Rebel woke up and chose violence against Team Queso. They just did. They were like, I'm just going to fight you. I'm going to fight you with everything I have.
Oh, Bold Talk from across the map and crack. Just everything that can go wrong can and will go wrong on the side of Team K. So even a trade, even when Addvers finds himself getting a position on a player that is upping and he still is getting trade, Danny's going to try to put that final nail in the coffin, up 4-0. Looking to dominate 5-0. Absenz gets crack out of position, but Danny not overstaying his welcome, not trying to get the break just yet, trying to find a cheeky kill, unable to do just that. So in the very late portions of not only the map, but the round as well, Team Case is showing just a little bit of life, a sliver of hope for any fans out there, the 9% of them.
This is going to be an interesting challenge by Team Queso. They will have the E-Hill, but the 200-point threshold has been crossed by Rebel. You don't even really need the cap. I mean, you need the slays. Setting up with 2-1 is not going to... Why? PR, I need help.
Through. They need to push through. They need to be aggressive. They need to worry about the eliminations just as much as they're worrying about these kills. You see a lot of Lancer fire going down. Reflame goes down. Chain revive coming through. He doesn't even get the revive. Down and out by Kardia on the other side of the map. Demon trying to make a heroic defensive play. He gets taken out. Absenz continues to try to move forward, but Danny puts a stop to that one. And Rebel will not only hold on to the round, but hold on to a complete and a horrifying nightmare of a 5-0 destruction over Team Queso on map number 1.
You gotta forgive me for a second, PR. I'm getting a phone call. It's from Owen.
Owen who?
0-5. They didn't win a single round. Queso does not have. They did not have a prayer. Like, one death for Kardia? Kardia, what are you doing out here? What is happening?
And it came in the last round. I'm looking right now. It really did come almost in the last moment.
PR. They misspelled series right there. How did you misspell series with MAP? Oh no, there's a map too. There's a map too. Never mind. My bad. That was really ugly. I'm sorry.
I just feel bad, honestly, trying to break down this match. we really start like inch by inch trying to figure it out. Where did the moments go wrong? Team Queso, the moment went wrong when you're readied up for the match. It didn't look like you guys were on the same page. It didn't look like you guys are communicating. In terms of strategy, if you look at the overhead map, obviously we only get one point of view. It didn't look like you guys were wolf packing together. It didn't look like you guys were traveling together. As you look at some of these replays, whatever we have for you, hopefully we can see some shining hope for Team Queso. So you can kind of break this one down.
Motion.
Colin, as it went down, and I think this was one of the moments here that we might see in just a short, kind of the tail of the tape here, the embarrassment that Rebel put out for Team Queso.
All right, I need a moment of silence for what's about to happen.
Oh no, there it is. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
That's the stuff right there, baby. Woo!
I'm at a loss for words. I might need an early break. Maybe Team Queso needs a break too after that one. But Rebel, man, that does not tell enough of what this squad is capable of. I talked about their inconsistencies and this being a true test to really break out of those inconsistencies. And man, if they rose to the occasion and really shown out here in 5-0. But honestly, as much as we're giving them props for this complete and utter destruction, I need this to be a stepping stone for this Rebel squad. You got to do it again in another map to close out this series, but you need to use this momentum to propel you to go ahead and take on those upper echelon teams, those elite teams that really do have your number so far.
And Rebel does need to do it in at least one more map. As easy as that looked for them, as how do I put this, steamrolling as that was for Rebel in map number 1, you just have to see it back-to-back maps. All this joking, all this is well and good for us to kind of have some fun, poke some fun at a matchup that went very quick on a map 1. But if they come back and Team Queso wins map number 2, somehow, some way, all of this just makes us look like the worst humans alive for making fun of them at their expense. But at the same time, I just don't know what's going to happen right here.
I mean, I kind of have a hint of what's going to happen, but I just want to see Addvers in particular. That man has seen multiple finals, and he's almost been one map away from even taking a finals before. So he has the experience, he has the composure. Even though Crabyys a huge slaying powerhouse from the Latin American region, but I've always said it, you could take 5 of the best players, or in this case, 4 of the best players in the world, and have it not work because of chemistry, because of other variables that might not show up on paper, but because you're not there in practice, you really can't pinpoint just yet. And you got to think on the side of Team Queso, there's a lot of issues, a lot of things going wrong. I know after this week, you got to think they got to go back to the drawing board. What changes they make, who knows what exact changes they need to start with.
And I think it almost might come back, and I don't really like to bring like Twitter beef into it or whatever, but Addvers did tweet out, I believe yesterday or the day before, something along the lines of, you can't just get on the game and win matches. You need to practice. You need to put in the work. And to me, that is just without a doubt the embodiment of Gears Esports. Teams that want it the most, put in the most work. I mean, look at Vanquish last quarter or last split, whatever you want to call it. They win that championship because I guarantee you, every time I spoke to MLG Great, anytime I spoke to anybody on that team, Vanquish put in the work. They wanted it more than anybody. And so I want to see Queso start to put in that same kind of work so that we don't continue to see these kinds of performances.
Yeah, otherwise, right around the corner, he's going to have to fight for your spot back into the Pro League. And there are those hungry teams and challengers just waiting for that moment to strike, waiting for that opportunity at this Pro League. And honestly, you got 6 of the best challenger teams, 2 of the bottom Pro League teams. Anything can happen. And we've seen it almost all year long, or all Gears 5's life cycle, to where those teams and challengers, if they start making noise, they catch momentum and they end up in this Pro League. So Team Queso, you got to wake up sooner than later. You got to start piecing it together. Even if you're still not winning these series, you need to start showing some life as a full roster.
Well, let's see if Team Queso can start their comeback here in map number 2 on to District. I think they have to make sure they do not continue to just take every fight that Rebel tries to get from them. What they came away with was just obliteration, and so Queso needs to find an answer, maybe slow play a little bit, maybe find some land triangles, but we're going to have to roll out a spawn right here. And it looks like so far it is a bit on the slower side. Looks like Rebel's actually going to move up, try to go home to home. No, moving back to the middle, and this is kind of expected here in in district, what shouldn't I say?
Yep. A team that usually takes control of the middle of the map can really play some trickery, throw some thorns in the side, keep teams guessing. As you see Rebel overextending towards the top half of the map. Finally a player in Demon, or I should say Crack's gonna get the capture on that hill, but not without cost though on the side of Team K. So Addvers gets taken out. Trade coming through from Reflame though, so it's even up right down the center, but Crack is not stopping just yet. Gets an elimination. He's continuing to be the aggressor pushing through. He knows the decap and the elimination on Crabyys is key to this victory. The down's gonna come through. Now the rest of the members of Team K are gonna have to hope for a miracle to fight back into this one. Addvers falls, Crabby gets taken out, Absenz gets a lot of damage put on him. Reflames though, Reflames gets an elimination. Can he continue to get more though? He's buying his team some life to fight back, but how much time did he buy?
Not enough to win this first round. There's the domination ticking on through, and Rebel pick up right where they left off with another domination and another round in their favor.
Yikes. A few moments of greatness there. You even saw Crabyys really falling back, making sure nobody can be over aggressive, but it was those other players, like I said, Rebel, Danny, and I do believe Demon towards the top half of the map. They overextended. So when those players in Juice really fell back, including Crabyys on the bottom half of the map, they had a Lancer in the back. They have a little bit of pressure. I don't think the Lancer put a ton of damage out, but knowing somebody's behind you really puts that thought in your head, like, hey, I got to go. There's a move I got to make. And then the rest of the members of Rebel were there to really capitalize on those moments.
Rolling out of spawn here in round number 2. We'll talk down for both teams. Rebel picking up right where they left off, as we spoke about. They dominated in round number 1, and Demon will go down. That's a good little start for Queso to get that first down, and you see Absenz with that down. Now he has to worry about his backside. He has to rotate around and over.
These humans!
Reflame challenges Kardia, and Kardia, the man with 1 death in map number 1, continuing on his onslaught, just getting kill after kill, helping solidify hill after hill for his squad. And it doesn't look like Rebel is slowing down anytime soon. 2-1 hill advantage in their favor, and they are going to continue to press this advantage.
Yeah, I almost want to, or wish I had some sort of a listen, and I wish I know who the IGL was for on this Queso squad. In terms of their gameplay, it doesn't seem like anybody's really stepping up to the plate, taking reign, taking control of this team, and commanding the troops. Time and time again, like I said, in the first map, you're seeing it here again, these players are getting picked off one by one by one. I like that attempt early on for Kardia to try to get taken out. He is a big threat on their side, but he didn't come out on top. In these individual plays, you need to figure out a way to work as a team. And if I don't see that drop shot, M-bar snipe, or something big center line up top towards Cinema, I'm almost going to chalk this one up for another loss on the side of Team Queso.
Rebel's going to hover over their home hill for now. Looks like they're going to go with that secondary utility pistol as well. So you are going to have to see that big power weapon, but you're going to have to see it from somebody not named Rebel. There's the drop shot. So you do get your wish. There's the drop shot. You are going to be able to see it here at map number 2, and maybe that will change the fortunes of Queso. We're going to have to see here as, again, everybody's going to roll out of spawn. Try to fight back into this one. Queso needs to win a big team fight, though. They need to make sure that they don't lose too many members off of RIP, because if they do, it could make this round as quick, if not quicker, than all the other rounds.
Lots of flashes being nailed down. First down coming through for Addvers. Or to say Reflame. He gets a little bit of a team kill. Crabyys falls as well. Only one player on the side of Rebel is even down. So a Team Queso, if you look at the kill feed, it looked like they might have came out on top, but all 4 players get eliminated when they picked up the drop shot, Colin. It's like you can't even give them a win.
You cannot give them a win whatsoever. They are already getting dominated here. Even with that first kill, it came out with a team kill, which even the numbers back up. Another triple cap domination, less than a minute long. Rebel way ahead right now of Team Queso. 2 rounds before finishing them off here in map number 2.
Does Kardia die? I wish I could put a new prediction on the stream. Does Kardia die here? Or maybe we do. Does he have 1 or less deaths, or 1 or 2 or more deaths? That's my prediction right here. I think Kardia, and the way the rest of this team is playing, he won't die unless he puts himself in a fight against multiple members by himself. I just jinxed him, though, I think.
Caster curse?
I might have. I need to do something to help Team Queso.
We're going to have to find out what happens here in round number 4. Everybody rolling into the drop shot. Demon just hovering over top of it. There's a good kill by Queso. Couple of good kills for him come through. They're getting some down, some damage is out. Rebel has 2 members, but it's an even 2-2 fight in the middle of the map. Crack bouncing around, trying to find one more. Not going to be able to find it. Danny does get the Lancer Fire over the top. Reflame, though, going to get quickly revived by Krabby. Crabyys, though, back into the cinema. Drop shot on his back. He's going to be revived again. Full red is Reflame, and there's going to be a secondary push here by Rebel. The drop shot has 1 rocket still in it. I don't believe they have used it. Danny will take care of Reflame, and now I believe the drop shot was used. I thought I saw an explosion go off, so Demon, oh, there's the drop. Oh, and it doesn't even kill him. He turns the meat shield and kills the drop player. Ay, Dios míos.
Donde? Where is Queso? Donde está? Everybody's just getting taken out right now. And Kardia, guess what? Has still not died yet. He's being a thorn in the side. All that Lancer Fire, that's Kardia. He won a 1v1 at the beginning of the round and kept pressure since that moment. He went ahead and put pressure top half. He was the reason why those eliminations happened as a neutral. He went ahead and traveled right back through Juice and made sure everybody had a Lancer in their back as well on the side of Team Queso. He has not died yet. He's only died 1 time this whole series. His team is 4-0 on another series point. I'll ask that question again. Does Kardia die?
I think you're just trying to get him to die now. I feel like this is
I have to. This is a game, man.
You're wishing
my bingo card relies on Kardia dying. I need my bingo.
Your bingo card. I don't know who would have had that on their 2021 bingo card. Kardia not dying in map 2. But right now, if you did have it, you're staring down an easy pick. See everybody? Rebel's not even going for the drop. I kind of like this play. Rebel's going to play back. They're going to Lancer out. They're trapping out players from Team Queso with a shock. There's a down by Crabyys. They're going to answer that. They get the kill. The drop player has been picked up. Reflame's going to get the shot over the top and get the kill. There's your death for Kardia. Kardia has been down.
First kill on Kardia is always the hardest, though. But there goes Demon overextending. He's going to get this home, and I like what he's doing. He's pressing up, realizing I can take this shock. I don't have to necessarily grab the capture on the hill, and I can continue to stop them from capturing it, but he doesn't able to put it to use just yet. He does get taken down, and the rest of Team Queso are looking like they're beginning to pick this one up, but no hill's under their control just yet. I don't want to call it too soon, as it's still a lead going over for Rebel.
Rebel still has the point lead, home-to-home stretch, though, for Team Queso, and a lot of confusion on the map. A lot of people out of place, a lot of people not really where you'd expect them to be, but now it's a 2v1 on Reflame in the middle of the map. He's going to go down. Home hill going back in favor of Rebel, and Queso's going to set up for basically a second drop shot. They've got Absenz inside of the cinema. They have their home hill, so they have the 90-degree, and they have the back cinema angle. Danny rolling out of the juicer there with Crack. They're going to go protect the E-hill. There actually looks like they're going to try to build up a point lead here. They've got to come back in points, overtake the point lead as well, and then try to play some defense. And this has really settled down. This is the first real signs of life we have seen from Team Queso, and it's a good round, but it's settling in now, and it looks like Rebel is going to I think they're even going to let them get the secondary drop based on how both drops that have been used haven't really found a kill.
Yeah, Absenz, though. Taking a 1v1. It's Lancered in the bag. Crabyys is doing what he can to take out Danny, but it's all Rebel all the way. More eliminations towards the bottom half of the map as well. Reflame's able to get 1, trying to keep this one going, but Crack makes short work of him. 15-3-3 as he cruises in for the home hill, trying to close this one out, trying to take a massive victory. There's multiple players not playing on Team Queso. No!
They didn't even roll out a spawn, PR. That's a little disheartening for fans of not just of that org Team Queso, not just for the org Team Queso. That's disheartening for fans of those players at all times. When you're in pro league, be a professional, act professional. Thank God they didn't rage quit before the map ended, so we at least get their stats to add to the compendium of stats that we do have taken for them. So I am very happy that they at least stayed in the map, but I am very disappointed that they didn't continue to try to roll out a spawn. Even if all you're doing is running toward the home hill with it counting down to 1 second, it shows me that there's a level of desire, level of want to be in the pro league and continue to be a professional. But PR, I got another phone call. This time it wasn't from Inc. and it wasn't from Owen. I got a third phone call in the same match.
Who's it from?
It was from an old friend of ours, a mentor of mine, taught me a lot of what I know about esports, had me on a little show called On the Flank for a while. We were really close. We still are pretty close. And he let me borrow this. He said, Colin, I found Team Queso for you.
Oh, no. Oh, actually, you know what? Oh, yeah, I don't really like cheese. I'm going to go ahead and let that bleed into the Gears of War team for a moment there. But Team Queso, man, if Colin is roasting you, that's how you got to come back. Colin don't roast anybody half the time.
So what happened in that match, Queso? You were lost? Is that what it was? You were hungry. Oh, hold on. If you're hungry, here, have some popcorn. I popped some popcorn thinking tonight was going to be a good show. Here, I popped some popcorn. There's.
Man.
Are you feeling better now, buddy? Okay. Oh, put him down. We're going to put him down for his nap, just like Rebel just put down Queso.
I thought that joke was going to go somewhere. I thought they said they were going to say nothing because they did nothing in that matchup. But all jokes aside, congratulations to Rebel. Look at the map score, 5-0. 5-0. They completely ate up their competition. No pun intended. 10-0 shutout. Colin, when was the last time we seen something like that?
Oh God, I don't know, and that's why I went full. Like I went full Human Torch. I flamed as hard as I could flame on that one. Holy moly!